Paul Foster Bell.
E te mana whakawātua roa tēnā koe. Tēnā koutou katoa e ngā mema o te whariparamata o Aotearoa. Sir, in briefly taking a call on this Hurunui Kaikōura earthquake recovery bill, I want to acknowledge the excellent constructive collaboration we've had with members of the opposition. This isn't a completely unique experience for me in this House, but is a relative rarity that we have had absolute commitment from I think all parties in this House to see that the people of Kaikōura in particular, but even further afield here in the Wellington region, are well supported in the recovery phase of this process as we recover from the Kaikōura sequence, the series of earthquakes and subsequential damage that has resulted. I do want to point out that there were a few areas of contention between government and opposition members. I personally felt quite strongly that the powers did need to be broad enough in their geographic scope, that consequences of the earthquake, which may even now not be fully known or understood. For instance, here in the Wellington region, we have challenges around the port of Wellington. It is built on land which is often described as reclaimed. Much of the port land, in fact, was thrust up out of the ocean in 1851 during that last massive earthquake we had here in Wellington. The land is unstable and there are several operational difficulties which the port still face. And I was quite keen to see this legislation broad enough in its geographic scope, notwithstanding the constitutional concerns of certain academics, but I wanted to make sure that this bill was broad enough in its geographical scope to be able to ameliorate the port, get it back working, to be able to see the exports flowing out of our region overseas to the benefit of New Zealanders and in particular residents of Wellington Central and the wider Wellington area that I am delighted to live in. So, sir, this is it's a necessary, it's an urgent piece of legislation. It's been very responsibly handled by this House. It's gone through a committee which has been masterfully chaired by my friend and colleague Scott Simpson, the Honourable Member for Coromandel, but I do acknowledge across the House collaboration from other parties, along with Mr Simpson, Sarah Dowie, Joanne Hayes, Nuk Korako, Matt Ducey and myself as the permanent government members of the committee. This is something that we should actually collectively be proud of achieving for our country. We are a mature and responsible democracy and this bill is evidence of that.